Hello, everybody, and welcome. So this is the second part of our lesson, which is about grammar. And as you can see, the title is about superlatives and adverbs. So before indulging and going deeply into the explaining the course, I'd like to remind you of last time's course, which was about comparative adjectives. So if you don't if you don't understand well comparative adjectives, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to understand superlatives. But anyways, if you have any problems or any delicate situation with comprehending and understanding comparative adjectives, I'm here to help and I'm here to repeat for you. So let's go to analyze the superlative and adverbs, superlative adjectives. We've got here there are some examples, and I repeat that we have three types of adjectives: short adjectives, long adjectives, and irregular adjectives. So just for reminding you, for comparative adjectives, for short adjectives, the adjective plus er plus than. For long adjectives, more plus adjective plus than. For irregular adjectives, we have just three irregular adjectives. Uh, Good, it becomes better; bad, it becomes worse; and far, it becomes further or farther. Of course, plus than. So in superlatives or superlative adjectives, for short adjectives, for example, let's analyze the examples. Uh, Number one, Casablanca is the largest city in Morocco. For example, Rabat is a large city in Morocco. For example, Oujda is also large, but Casablanca is the largest. So, when we use superlative, we choose one thing or one object or one person from a group of objects or persons, uh, and to make him or the object superlative. It's okay. So Casablanca is the largest city in Morocco. So the source of the adjective is large, and we add st. Okay. Of course, plus before the adjective, we must use the largest. Okay. Two, my father is the tallest person in the family. Suppose speaking about my family, for example, my elder brother is tall, and I am taller than him, but my father is the tallest. Okay. So again, the plus adjective plus st or est, the tallest. Three, it said Ifran is the cleanest city in Morocco. So this is just a claim. If it's true, I don't know. I have no idea, in fact. But anyway, what matters to us here is the example or the superlative adjective. So the clean, which is the adjective plus est. So the cleanest here, it makes the superlative. For long adjectives, uh, example number one, in my opinion, Marrakesh is the most beautiful city in the country. So, for example, for me, Agadir is beautiful. I don't know, for example, Oujda is also beautiful. But for me, Marrakesh is the most beautiful city in the country. So the form of long adjective, the most plus adjective. No est for the adjectives, for long adjectives. It's okay. Pay attention. Two, Bugatti Veyron is the most expensive car in the world. For example, speaking about cars, maybe Porsche. Okay, Porsche is expensive. Range Rover is also expensive, but Bugatti Veyron is the most expensive car in the world. Uh, by the way, if it's the most expensive car in the world or not, I have no idea. Anyways, three, for now, English is the most interesting language throughout the globe. Okay, the most plus adjective, which is interesting. By the way, English is the most interesting language in the world now, but in the future, of course, it's going to get down. Finally, for irregular adjectives, we have, as usual, okay, three. Ali is the best friend I've ever had. So the best is the superlative of good. John, too, John Mother's death was the worst experience in his life. So John's mother died, and he had a lot of bad situations and experiences, but his mother's death was one of the worst experiences in his life. 3. Dakhla is the farthest place. Speaking, for example, from the point here in Fez, Casablanca, Rabat, and other cities. So Dakhla is the farthest point, okay, from here. The farthest is the superlative of far, of the adjective far. Okay, let's go to the short paragraph we have there, on which the lesson is based. It says, Zurich, Switzerland's largest city, has been voted the best city in the world to live in. Zurich's parks make it one of the greenest cities in the world. Its air is the least polluted, and it's one of the cities where you can travel most comfortably. And with the third lowest crime rate, it is certainly one of the safest. Okay, use superlatives from form to show that one thing or person in a group has got more or less of quality than all the others in the same group. Zurich is Switzerland's largest city. No other city in Switzerland is larger. So the same example I've mentioned before, the context of Casablanca in our country, Morocco. Adjectives to form superlative adjectives use est or most or least. Short adjectives, one syllable or two syllables, ending in y. Adjective plus est, large, largest, green, greenest, big, biggest, easiest, pretty, prettiest. So again, for big, for example, a consonant, vowel, adjective, consonant, as I said in the last course, or in the previous course, we double the consonant. Long adjectives, two syllables or more, most, least plus adjective, expensive, most expensive, exciting, most exciting, polluted, less polluted. Some adjectives have two possible superlative forms: most polite, politest; most gentle, gentlest. Some adjectives are irregular: good, best, bad, worst, farthest. Okay, these are irregular adjectives. The and possessive adjectives, you often use the possessive or possessives before superlative adjective. The best city, its best attraction, Switzerland's largest city. Common expressions, superlative adjectives are often used with one of the greenest cities, some of the cleanest water. The second, the third, etc. in the third lowest in Europe. The most ever, the most exciting city you will ever visit. Adverbs form superlatives adverbs in the same way to superlatives adjectives using est or most or least. Short adverbs, one syllable, adverb plus est, hard, hardest, fastest. Long adverbs, two syllables or more, most, least adverbs, safety, most, okay, least safety, comfortably, most, least comfortably. Some adverbs are irregular, well, best, badly, worst. We can use superlative adverbs both with and without the. It's the city where you travel most comfortably, the most comfortably. Okay, so this is, okay, in brief, okay, after the quarantine, we're going to, okay, to re-study this lesson into details. Okay. We move to the part of the exercises.
Exercise 3.
Exercise 1 says,
Conversation 1.
by adding most or st to
So,
adjective in brackets.
what did you think of Prague?
Amazing. It's definitely more beautiful than any of the other cities I've visited so far. But I must admit, the food is better in Paris.
Exercise 3, complete the conversations.
Conversation 2.
Comparative or superlative form.
What's the best way to get to London?
Well, the train probably gets you there the quickest. It's definitely faster than going by car. Conversation 3. What was the hotel like?
Well, it wasn't the most comfortable hotel I've ever stayed in. It was on one of the busiest streets in the town. It was really noisy. And the second night was worse than the first. The air conditioning wasn't working and there was a party going on in the street. That was probably the worst night's sleep I've ever had.
It's definitely faster than going by car. Conversation 3. What was the hotel like?
Well, It wasn't the most comfortable hotel I've ever stayed in. It was on one of the busiest streets in the town. It was really noisy. And the second night was worse than the first. The air conditioning wasn't working, and there was a party going on in the street. That was probably the worst night's sleep I've ever had.
Okay, this is the record. Okay, the record for exercise 3. I think it's very simple, but of course, if you've got any problem, you can contact me, please. Exercise 4, write examples of your own. Please try to write down some examples, which I'm going to correct for you. Okay, this is the last. Okay, this is the end. The course has come to its end. I hope that you enjoyed the lesson, both parts. Okay, the theoretical and practical part. Of course, as usual, if you have any questions, remarks, or suggestions, you are welcome to contact me at any time. I wish you the best of luck.